What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. Welcome to the channel where you subscribe for daily updates on Bitcoin. Yesterday, we did have two of my targets hit within 15 minutes of each other. We're going to take a look at that at the beginning of the video, and we're going to take a look at what we can expect next, both the bearish and the bullish case scenario. Definitely stick around. Don't forget, we have a free Discord group. There's a link below in the description. Definitely check it out. It's an awesome community. A lot of great people in there, and let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, or investment advice. Do your own due diligence before trading or investing in any market. All right, let's take a look at yesterday's chart. As you can see, we had a target of 12,171. We did not quite hit it. We hit 12,140 area, so we're off a little bit here, and then our target down here at 10,522, which we were a little shy of. We got 10,544. We knew there was going to be some support down in this area. Now let's see what may happen next. We'll come back to this hourly chart in a few. I want to remind you guys, we are doing the giveaway today. It is Sunday. I will try to make this as quick as possible. I know everybody's got stuff to do. But we do have the Kobo Vault Generation 2 hard wallet giveaway. Stick around to the end of the video. We'll pick a winner. And if you want to enter next week's giveaway, all you have to do is make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Smash that like button. I stress smash the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm out. Take a second out and do that. And leave a comment down below. That'll get you entered to win the next week's prize. Let's get into it. Looking at the news headlines. We talked about yesterday everybody being a little too bullish, and we see what happened there. What to expect today. Anyways, a massive Bitcoin flash crash just created 1 billion of crypto chaos in liquidations. Bitcoin miners saw 7% revenue increase in July. What future are we building for Bitcoin? Bitcoin surpasses 12,000, then tumbles in a wild weekend action. Get out of paper money into Bitcoin. That's out of Asia times. Bitcoin crosses 11.4 mark. Beats major crypto indexes in July. Japan's dormant BTC trading accounts wake up. That was from yesterday. So bearish, bullish sentiment in the news. We are extreme greed. We are at 80. We raised 5 points from yesterday. And let's take a look at what we talked about yesterday. In the macro here, guys, still, there's nothing confirmed a real, true, massive breakout bull run. We are still making lower highs on the macro. And we talked about this trend line here. We did break above it. As of right now, we are below it. We are around, the time of making this video, right around 11,550, 560 area, still below this line. If this holds as support, we could remain bullish here, but we have to wait and see what happens here. I do believe it's most likely we come down to at least retest. This is the monthly, so that doesn't mean right away, but I do believe we come back down to retest the 8 EMA. As you can see, every time we get far away from it, we always come back down to test it, and as of right now, that lies around 9,600, where we also have a gap, and we will be looking at those. If you guys are interested in trading, I'm going to leave a Prime XBT tutorial up top. Definitely check it out. By far the best crypto exchange. By using your Bitcoin as collateral, you can trade Forex, S&P, Dow, oil, gold, silver, everything just using your Bitcoin. And they are a fair exchange. I don't see the scam wicks like we see on other exchanges. They're just a much better, smoother platform. Definitely check it out. If you use my promo code Savy50, you'll get 50% on top of whatever you deposit into your trading account, up to 1 Bitcoin, and Savy25 will get you 25% off your fees for a month. And that Savy50, it's every time you put money in, it puts that 50%. So definitely check it out. I have a link below, and let's get into it. So I was looking at this as a higher high in the price, lower high in the RSI, bearish divergence. We'll see if that plays out when we do continue down. As you guys know, I've been bearish for quite some time. Let's take a look at the bullish case scenario. If we do a measured move of the breakout of these these two thicker white lines, this triangle here. If we do a measured move of that to where we broke out, gets us around 27,000. But before that, looking at this falling broadening wedge that we broke out of down here, the measured move of that is 16,000. Those are the bullish case scenarios. As you can see, we did come back below this trend line, and right now that's around 11,400. I do believe that's going to be a major resistance area. If we do manage to break above that, obviously we can get pretty bullish at that point. As of right now, we are not making much divergence, a little bit of divergence in the weekly, but let's take a look at, let me get this off of here for a minute, what we could possibly be seeing. We may come up to retest the top of this trend line. A break of that and getting support on it could definitely confirm a bull run. But if we do get up here and get a major rejection, we could be looking at the lower lows that we have been talking about on this channel. Depending on how far it was to go down, but the 200 EMA as of right now is around the $5,990 to $6,000 range. We will take a look at some targets. Another way to help support the channel is anchorimage.com. There's a link below. It is my wife's webpage. She makes quality crypto stuff. It's not your everyday junk that you see in a lot of other channels and stuff. As you can see, it doesn't come off. It's not vinyl, none of that crap. It's actual quality material. And she can put anything you want. It doesn't have to be just what you see here. You have a favorite crypto or a saying, a funny saying, whatever you want on there. They make great gifts. Just hit her up in the contact if you have any ideas. All right, let's take a look at the gaps real quick. This is on the 8-hour CME futures gap. We do have this gap over here at 11,795, which we did not quite close. I don't know if you could consider that closed or not. That could be a front run and continue down from here. We'll see what happens. But we have this bigger gap here right around 9,600. It's actually around 9740, right in that area. After that, we do have a gap all the way down here at the 7,600. And guys, gaps do not, there's nothing saying they have to close. Just in the past, we have seen most every one of them close. So I do like to point these out just to let you guys know it is still possible we come down to these lower levels. And right here, we have one about 3,570. Will that close? Who knows? It's definitely possible, and I do think it would be a stop hunt from this over here. If it does happen, anyone at long tier would have their stops in this area. They would come down, stop them out, shoot back up, make them buy higher, if that is what's going to happen. Take a look at the daily here. Same thing. We broke above this trend line, broke above the orange trend line, and we talked about yesterday if we were to come up to retest this bottom of this rising wedge or rising channel that we fell out of, could go as high as around the 13,200, somewhere in that range. We'll look at those targets in a minute. I do want to point out I moved this up for the Fibonacci retracement, and we'll take a look at that in the next chart. Obviously we went up a little higher, so we have to move this up to look at it, but this rising channel, the measured move of that is around 69, which still lines up perfectly with our Fibonacci retracement at the golden pocket area between the 0.65 and 0.618. And then we have the target of breaking this orange trend line, which we broke back above it, so I'm not sure I still consider that, but the measured move off of that was around 5630. Let's look at the RSI. It does look like this played out as a falling wedge with the breakout, came up here, and now we are coming back down. But how far will this hold as support? Let's look at the daily 8 EMA, see where that's at, and that lies right now about around 10,000, right around 11,000. Will we go back down and test the 10.5 range? We got a huge bounce off of it right here, and that also was around the 13 EMA. The next EMA, the 21, that's around the 10.4 range. 0.236 is around 10,200. Let's take a look at those retracements. I haven't moved these. I moved it in the 4-hour, the next chart, but I'm going to move it while you guys are watching. So we have a new top here. If that is the top, which is definitely a possibility, Obviously, we have our 10.5 support. A break of that 10.5, our next line of support would be right around 10,150 range, which is 0.236. And if we move up to the 0.382 is around 89.50 if this one doesn't hold. And if that doesn't hold, then we could be looking around $7,980 to $8,000 range, which is the 0.5 fib. And then I'm going to leave this right here. But the golden pocket zone is between 6,750 and 7,000. If that wasn't to hold as support, if we did go down this far, we would be, I'm going to move this one up to the 0.786. That's around the 5,600, an area we've been talking about for quite some time. And then, of course, we have the CME futures gap all the way down here. If we look at the volume on the daily, overall, we have not topped this volume candle here, so still declining value, or I'm sorry, still declining volume. And let's get into this one. I have moved the retracement, same thing, you can see it here. Will this 10.5 hold? If it does hold, we could possibly come back up and retest that trend line, and that trend line right now is around 11,390. We had a measured move of the break up from here. Looking at this as a rising channel, which we are back inside, so that kind of invalidates it in my opinion. But 13,250 would be the target here. Move that down for break out of here. But like I said, we are back inside of it. We're going to break it down to a smaller time frame and check it out. But let's look at the RSI real quick for the 4-hour, and it does look like we're going to come down at some point here. I mean, we may get another little bounce up and retest that, like I said, around the 11.4, which was, you know, a heavy resistance area before. Did not hold as support. That's what the video was about yesterday. Obviously, we broke down. Now we'll probably go back up and test that 11.4. If that does not hold, most likely come back down and test this trend line here off of all these wicks. If that breaks, we could be coming all the way down to them lower lows, retesting this area here, which is a rising channel. All right, let's look at, like I said yesterday, we had a measured move, and I'll show you how I had these. You see this red trend line right here as the top of this triangle, and the yellow dotted line as the bottom, which we are crossing back above as of right now. But let's take a look at that measured move. We measured the widest point of the triangle, put it over to where we broke out. That's how we got our target of 2,100 or 12,171, which we were just shy of here. EMAs on the hourly right now are looking pretty bearish unless we can manage to get back above that 11.4 area. Actually, it's 11.3 on here, but I'm looking at more the 11.4. Break back above that could get a little bit more bullish and possibly go up to that 13.2 level. But as of now, 13.4 is, or 11,400 is the area to watch. Another rejection there, and will most likely continue down to these lower targets. Obviously, we also had this target here, and that was just a measured move. Looking at this rising channel that we fell out of, and now we had a target of 10,500, which we almost hit, and all that happened up to here, back down within, like, I think it was 5 to 10 minutes, somewhere in there. I wasn't awake. But anyway, we had other targets down here. Now I'm going to move this around a little bit. Take a look. We have these touches off of here. We did break through here, obviously, but I am going to give another measured move, and we're going to go off these wicks here and looking at this as a rising broadening wedge. And I am going to, I tell you what, I'm going to take this. We're going to measure from the top to the bottom of where we're breaking, actually, where we broke here. Possible, if that 10, 12, 11.4 doesn't hold, the target is then right around $10,100 range, $10,150, somewhere in there. And that's if we can't get back above that 11.4. If we do get a rejection there, we're most likely coming down to this area. We also have a target here at 10,423. Now looking at that, that would be retesting this bottom trend line here. And if that broke, that could get pretty ugly pretty fast. Let's just do I don't know why these lines are in here. Going to get them off there. Let's just do a measured move. If we broke down here, let's say from that 10,400 range, where could that possibly take us? That would get us back down to that $8,500 range. But remember, guys, we do have a CME futures gap at 96, so we're most likely going to go back down and test that area. I'm going to put a target down here at this 8,500 level, which would be confluent with a lot of price action over here. So let's keep an eye on that. But a break of this bottom trend line here is most likely going to get pretty ugly pretty fast. We could also do a bigger measured move, breaking down to the bottom of this. And again, guys, I showed you the bullish case scenario. It's up to you to make up your mind. But the bearish case, that goes back down to 7,500, which makes a lot of sense. We'll see what happens. I know I got a lot of rude comments yesterday while the price was going up. Don't understand how you're so bearish, blah, 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 perma bear, whatever. Obviously, those are people with not a lot of experience in the market. Even just arrogant jackasses that don't take the time out like I do every day to make videos. I would love to see them do it and talk their smack on their videos and see how good they are. But anyways, we also have down here the 200 EMA on the hourly around 10,880, so keep that in mind. But as of right now, guys, if we did top out here, I did show you my targets. The next one would be if that 11.4 doesn't hold, I see us going down to 10,150, 10,100 possibly. Let's look at the RSI. As of right now, we are in a downtrend in the hourly. So if we look here, we're making lower highs in the price, higher highs in the RSI. Looks like we're going to get another push down, in my opinion. The AEMA lies right around 11,200. We may even get the rejection there and come down to these lower levels. So let's do the pick the winner. All right, so let's generate a number. 3. We'll go to the third video. 1, 2, 3. Will 500 hold or 10,500 hold? We're right back at that point again. So interesting. Copy link address. Put the address in here. Paste. Whoops. I don't know what happened there, but let me redo this. All right, and then we'll get YouTube comments. 102 comments. Let's start. Don't forget to smash the likes, guys, and leave your comment for your chance to win. Paul Castellano, I hope I didn't murder your name, but you are the winner. He said 8.8K soon. And all you have to do, get a hold of me in my email or whatever. We'll verify through comments that it is you. And yeah, you have 24 hours to claim. And thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to click CryptoSavy logo above my head to get you subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Make sure you select all when you do that. And yeah, smash the likes, leave a comment. I'm out.